Hi, welcome again to the Beer Temple. I have my lovely wife, Margaret Quinn, with me.
Hi, everybody.
I am Chris, her lovely husband. And this is pretty much a kind of spur-of-the-moment, off-the-cuff episode. We saw this beer sitting in our fridge and said, hey, let's not just drink it, let's kind of put it on camera and kind of drink it as part of the podcast. So we said, yeah, let's go do it. Kind of a fun little beer. It is part of, well, now it's part of, it's from New Glarus. Let me get that out first.
Right,
it's from New Glarus Brewery in New Glarus, Wisconsin. Really awesome brewery. I am a big fan of their brewery. A lot of brewers are also fans of them and their business model because they don't distribute outside Wisconsin. And it's not for the reasons that a lot of other new American craft breweries don't distribute because they're just so tiny that they can't. It's really, they're a big brewery. They choose to only serve the people of Wisconsin, but those people have a wide variety available to them everywhere.
Right.
So you can only get this beer in Wisconsin, but you go right over the border and go to a gas station, they're going to have it. They're going to have spotted cow.
Right. So it's saturation. Yeah, they've saturated.
Yeah, so they just really saturate their market, and the people of Wisconsin, I think, really love them. Awesome brewery, a fun little Swiss town or Swedish town, Swiss town.
Swiss town.
New Glarus, really fun, beautiful brewery, and they have a lot of kind of pretty pedestrian styles that are brewed just exquisitely and very well. And then they also have kind of their seasonal beers, and then they have what they do is their Unplugged series. And we had the Golden Ale on the very first episode here, the R&D Golden Ale, which is kind of like a super kind of one-off kind of research and development. It was their R&D series. This is Unplugged. This is when the brewmaster, Dan, just decides, hey, I want to try this, I want to do that, I've always wanted to do it. It's something that they may do again, they may never do again. And this is a beer that actually started out as an unplugged beer, and then they transitioned into something called their Thumbprint series, which I think is then going to be more of like a limited run, but regular beer. Now, this is from when it was an unplugged beer. So another caveat, this beer has been sitting around for a while. This beer, I don't know if it's supposed to be sitting around for a while. We'll see how it tastes. It's an apple ale. Yeah. And this is the type of thing that they like to do with the Unplugged series. They might take a traditional brewing style, or they might take a beer and just say, you know, let's make an apple ale. They are certainly not afraid to add fruit to their beers at New Glarus. They have a world famous tart cherry, Belgian red, I think it's called, or cherry red. And they have
raspberry tart.
They have a raspberry tart. They have a, what is the cherry?
Belgian red, right?
Belgian red, yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah, no, it's Belgian red. And then they also have like a cherry stout as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, they like to brew with fruit. So this is Wisconsin apples, several different varieties. I'm not sure exactly when the apple juice, it's given to them as apple juice. I don't think they're crushing any apples or anything like that, or juicing apples. I did hear
that they juice the apples the day before the juice is added into the brew.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, that's very cool. Very fresh apples going into that.
Yeah, I just want to look at the cap of peeling open the foil. Yeah, so I'm not sure also when the apple juice is added. My guess it's during fermentation, so some of that sugar, the appley sugars, are fermented out. I don't think they wait for a finished beer and then kind of blend apple juice in. You said they juice in the day before when?
Before they add it to the beer. Add it to the beer.
Okay, so when is it added? Still don't know.
Still don't know. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, very cool.
It says it's a brown ale base, so maybe it's that Fat Squirrel would be my guess, something like that.
Yeah.
Unless it's its own special base beer, I don't know. Clear, got a reddish hint, a reddish pinkish hue to it, kind of copper.
It's very clear. Yeah. I mean, it's, like crystal clear beer, and like you said, that kind of, you know, copper color. I don't want to interfere with the table there, but just a really nice looking beer.
Trying to agitate it a little bit, see if we can get some head up there, but no, I mean, you know what, and a lot of times ciders don't really have much of a head either, so
Yeah.
characteristic of that.
Right.
I've had this beer before. I can't really recall it though, so this is kind of like tasting.
I do remember it. In fact, you know, we probably got it. We go up to New Glarus. We go up to Wisconsin a couple times a year at least, probably. And this was probably in a fall trip we went up.
Yeah. Okay, so go on.
No, go ahead.
I can't distinctly remember tasting this beer, but I do remember being like, whoa, this is super apple-y. Now this is almost like a dessert, like some sort of like dessert cognac-y, caramelly.
Calvados or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. It's wow. I mean, almost getting into the tropical, like caramelized tropical dessert.
Yeah.
Honey crisp.
Yeah.
Like those.
Yeah, kind of like very
Fuji, that
very,
sort of.
very kind of boozy, almost Venice apple. I'm not sure how to.